Well, good morning, everyone. It is a very chilly 21 degrees in April here on the scablands of eastern Washington. I'm just kind of out this morning doing some scouting around, trying to find some new locations and new ideas. That brings us to today's topic, which is why I no longer disclose photo locations on social media, mostly. Now, when I say that, it's not because I don't want to discourage anyone. I don't want to try to hide a place or keep it all to myself or anything like that. It's not the case at all. In fact, when I first got into photography, that was really the whole point. I wanted to be able to, show people new places, new things, inspire them to go out and see it for themselves. So my reasons, I guess, are actually pretty complicated. When I first started out years ago submitting film to editors for magazines and stuff, they wanted, the editors always wanted locations. They wanted descriptions, good, clear descriptions of animals, of places, all that sort of thing. So I always tried to be pretty accurate about it. And, for many years, I guess that was just kind of instilled in me. So it's hard not to do it now. Problem is that more than ever, it's getting so that you can't, simply because places are overrun. It's gotten so that when information gets out on social media about where a location is, and in particular if you take a really good picture of something, people want to duplicate that. They want to say, oh, I want to do that too, which is only natural. And I'm not really blaming anybody for wanting to do that. I do that sometimes too. It's just that so often anymore, photographers are they've gotten into this thing where they want to be given the shot. They want to know exactly where something is so that they can go do it. And they end up taking the same picture that everyone else takes. There's two things at play here, actually. There's the fact that more now than ever, there's a pressure on natural resources. There's a pressure on places. You have a lot of people out there not only trying to do photography, but just being out. I think there's more people wanting to get out and recreate in the outdoors, which is fine. You kind of want that. But at the same time, there's a lot of pressure. And quite frankly, anymore, a lot of the parks and refuges, they just don't have the resources available anymore to handle that kind of volume of visitation. So I guess my point anymore is I just don't want to add to that pressure. Whereas I want to, tell people where things are at, something's really neat place or whatever. I also just, hesitate in doing that anymore. I see a lot of pictures of, the Southwest is a good example. There's a lot of people that go to Arches National Park or something like that. And I'm hearing that Arches is actually, a lot of the parks are starting to close areas down because of the photography. Because there's so many photographers crowding together and doing light painting on the rocks and stuff like that. And it's so much so that it's adding pressure. I mean, there's trails, footpaths that are being created from just so much foot traffic and stuff. And the authorities just can't keep up with it. There's just too much. There's also a lot more vandalism, especially in the last year. There's been an actual uptick in vandalism, mostly because of the pandemic. I mean, everybody wants to get out, and which again is understandable. But with that, you also get a lot of people that, probably are not going to take care of the wild areas as much as most of us do. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of vandalism in a lot of areas. So I guess that's the other part of it. But I guess that's mostly it. I just don't want to contribute to, more people crowding into areas, more photographers. Another thing is private land. There's a lot of private land areas that are getting, not really vandalized, but trespassing going on. That's something that seems to be getting worse, I think. And a lot of people say, well, there's a really cool barn or maybe a really cool old house. They want to get pictures of it. So they just automatically go ahead and figure, I'm not hurting anything, I'm just taking pictures. And so they'll traipse out there and, get on the private land. And, maybe it doesn't really do anything, but it does. And if you get caught or whatever, the farmer's going to be mad, the landowner's going to be mad. And all it does is give photographers a bad name. It just harms us as a whole. And so, with that, it's just really bad to do that kind of stuff. I wish people would, follow the old thing of ask first. That's all it takes. You just ask the farmer or landowner first. How would you like it if somebody just walked into your living room? I'm just taking pictures, I'm not doing anything, I'm just taking pictures. So, but it's rude. It's just rude. And I think a lot of people just don't understand sometimes. I guess me having come from more of a rural background, I guess I kind of understand that. It's just, never questioned it really. But a lot of people, not meaning any harm at all, but they do, it does do harm, kind of on a whole, to the, reputation of photographers in general. But anyway, that's kind of my point, is just think a little bit about what you're doing. Try not to share information more. I'm not saying don't share the information, but just don't share it on social media as much. Kind of watch how you share your information. And take care of the places, take care of the places that you love. That's part of it too. I want to be able to enjoy a lot of these places that I love to go. I want them to be, have some solitude and stuff. So anyway, I guess that's all I really had to say on that. So I guess I'll end this video right here, and maybe just with the reminder that, all this land belongs to us, and, we got to take care of it. So anyway, Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you on the trail.